turtles can breathe through their butts. I didn't even know that. Fucking crazy.
I think we may as well go ahead and say that that's the first line of this episode. Ronald didn't know that I was recording him. What are you looking at, just so I can know where that...
There's a Instagram account called Google Facts, and there's also a website, I guess.
Okay.
And turtles breathe out of their asses.
So no context, just that fact.
Just that
Deal with it.
Right. And that 4 people in the United States are named Herp Derp, which makes me laugh so hard. Herp Derp is a good
How, I want to, like, what's the median age of those 4 people? Are they all people that were born since Team America came out?
Herp Derp.
Mm-hmm. And if so, who's naming their delightful bouncing baby boy or girl Herp Derp?
Herp Derp.
But this is 075, the new episode of Movie Schmovie. The topic is movies that are so bad they're good. Now, this may sound like an oft-covered topic. A lot of people watch things ironically now. Mm-hmm. You watch something that's campy or a B-movie, you know, it's going to be fun to make fun of with your friends. What would be sort of the definition of a so bad it's good movie for you, Steve?
You know, it's almost the one that I feel like I have to carry a flag for sometimes. Mm-hmm. The movie that, whether I saw it when I was younger, which actually looking at my list, a lot of them were, but maybe I had no idea I had no reference to anything that was really actually good, so I was just okay with it. You know, I had no context. But at this point, I would say it's the one that I am most... Does it fall into it doesn't fall into the guilty pleasure, because these movies genuinely are bad. Like, I can't defend that they're good in any sense of filmmaking, acting, writing, anything.
Right. I think a guilty pleasure is a movie that is sort of good, but it doesn't like fit the sort of movie that you like to think that you would watch. Like, I honestly would think, for me, something like Fast and Furious 6 would probably be a guilty pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm on the same page. I mean, I think
a lot of what I have... good. Yeah, it's like legitimately, like... not only that it's legitimately bad, but they were legitimately trying to make something good, at least on some level, like a sincere effort to make something good, and they failed, and yet somehow it's watchable. That would be... I
was actually hoping that I might be able to fit all of the Twilight films on my list, but I enjoyed none of them. Although I know, Ronald, you did.
I did.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's just the movies that, you know, I think for me personally, looking at my list, I mean, there's so many out there. Trying to get this list together was very challenging, John.
Yes.
I must tell you.
Well,
I spent a lot of time on this. And I'm not 100% confident that my work has paid off, but I am very confident these movies are pieces of shit.
Yes.
And I would watch them any day of the week.
I would say that about all of mine except for one, that is a movie that I'm really sorry in advance that I'm even going to talk about in public, or that anyone might check out based on me mentioning it. I'm really sorry.
Well, then I promise you that I won't, if I have not already seen it.
And you, Ronald, what does that mean to you? So bad it's good.
So bad it's good.
It means
so it's very literal. It means exactly that.
It means that when you mention this film, it looks like the other person that you mentioned this film to smelled a fresh batch of shit out of a baby's ass. Yeah. When they're like, "You like that movie? Mm-hmm. You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
If you don't hear that after you mention the movie that you like, then that movie isn't terrible.
Well, give us one.
Howard the Duck is...
God damn it. Is it on your list too?
No.
Oh, it's on my list.
Howard the Duck was my movie when I was a kid.
Agreed.
Why are you so pissed off?
Why? Listen, if you got blasted millions of miles through space, ended up on another planet, and were given an IQ test by a janitor, you'd be a little pissed off too.
Well, look, maybe you are trapped in a world you never made, but I got problems of my own. You know, my whole career is falling apart.
Your career? What about my life? I'm stranded here, shipwrecked.
Look at this wonderful exhibit.
You see what I mean? I'm a freak, an outcast.
It's so lifelike and realistic.
Bug off.
Excuse me?
I said beat it. Mutants.
I didn't know that was a cinematic failure. I didn't know that until I got older. I didn't know until I watched.
I thought that it was the Paramount of filmmaking when I was a kid.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was a failure.
Did Paramount make that movie? That might have been why.
Oh, maybe they did.
I think it was 20th Century Fox.
I think I actually had like a Howard the Duck shirt when I was a kid.
I would love to
when
find
this came
one.
Out. I was like 5 years old when this came out, and I do believe I saw this at 5 years old. I don't know if I should judge my parents for that or not, but it was a very fun time. I do remember.
Yeah, it was.
Howard was getting lucky.
He
ladies.
looked cool, man.
Leah Thompson was hot. I don't know. Do you know who she is?
No.
You look very cute. The main girl in the film that he's
Okay. All right. Cool. I got her face in my head.
You might have known her when she lived in the city, named Caroline back then.
The TV series.
Okay. Oh, that's her.
Yeah, she's also Marty McFly's beloved and Marty McFly's mother.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. I like that movie a
Howard
lot.
the Duck.
She's
Wow.
also in Some Kind of Wonderful. She was the.
Let me tell you right now.
She was the stuck-up rich girl in that.
That's my movie.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, dude! Some Kind of Wonderful is so good.
Some Kind of Wonderful.
It's like the I feel like that's the one that a lot of people overlooked, like of the John Hughes films.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could talk about teen movies one of these days.
Mark that down, John.
I would love to do that.
But yeah, Ron, I couldn't agree more. Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
It's currently carrying a 15% on Rotten Tomato, which is rather
Rotten Tomato.
impressive.
Is that a different site? That's just a one review.
Rotten Tomato. It's the sole tomato.
One guy that hates everything.
It threw one fucking tomato at him and was like, that's all you deserve. I'm not wasting any more tomatoes on you.
Never likes a single movie.
Just one tomato.
It's a tomato.
Tomato.
But yeah, good choice. I would have to agree.
Howard the Duck was one. Of
What are you working with for one of yours, John?
Okay, well, there's no chance of overlap here.
Is this the one you're apologizing for?
No, that one's later in the list. But
Okay.
but I'm just going in reverse chronological order. The most recent movie on my list is from 1989.
Okay.
It's a sort of Lethal Weapon ripoff that was
Oh God.
written and directed by a guy named Amir Shervan. God rest his soul. He died in 2006. Samurai Cop.
What?
Samurai Cop is a sort of a perversely watchable film. In fact, I want you guys to see a scene from it.
Oh yes, I'm ready for this.
Hello.
Hi.
How is he? Do you think he'd be able to ask a few questions?
No way, his lips are burned.
So what, he'll never be able to talk again?
Oh, he'll talk again, but you just have to give him a couple of weeks. Next time, guys, catch him in one piece.
Thanks, nurse.
Do you like what you see?
I love what I see.
Would you like to touch what you see?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to fuck me?
Bingo.
Well, then let's see what you've got.
Oh wow.
That's enough of that. Now, it's
the
got
hell?
breathtakingly terrible dialogue.
Yeah,
It's got, like, the performances are stiff. The writing and the directing and the editing is ham-fisted across the board. It's also a great example of, like, a poster and VHS box that has nothing to do with the movie.
Really?
The poster is, like basically, you see the cops that we were dealing with. They were sort of like your Murtaugh and Riggs type cops. They, not uniformed policemen. On the box, it's yeah, you can see it's like it's like a patrolman holding a severed head and a sword in the like an apocalypse.
It looks like a horror film.
Yeah.
It looks like Maniac Cop.
Yeah.
Do you mind look up Robert Zadar? He's the lead guy there. The lead.
He looks great.
The actor that's listed as the lead is actually the bad guy, but that is Robert Zadar is like a weirdly big-chinned actor. He's popped up in lots of movies. I looked up, and it's almost like I want to say he's known for other movies, but I realized he's only known, kind of in quotes, for Soul Taker, Maniac Cop, and Pocket Ninjas. But Robert Zadar, what's interesting is he obviously was the biggest star they had in the movie because he's listed first, even though he doesn't play
He's
the
also
lead.
in Maniac Cop.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I just said that.
You did?
he said it.
I'm too busy reading IMDb.
I know you're too excited. Well, IMDb is a very
Maniac.
exciting site. Yeah.
That guy's face
Because
is.
he's in all of them.
Okay, Ronald, I'm going to give you a little racist naming convention quiz question here. I'm going to give you the name of the white cop and the black cop, and you tell me which one is the white guy and which one is the black
absolutely.
guy. All right, Joe Marshall and Frank Washington.
Washington is always the with Jenkins.
White guy, right?
Let's give him the last name Jenkins. No, Washington sounds a little more.
This may be the type of movie where the entire thing is up on YouTube. I definitely would recommend that people seek it out. It is truly, it's pretty watchable from beginning to end. But if you just watch the scene called the horny nurse, that scene, and then there's one more scene where they are confronting the bad guys in a restaurant, and that scene is a clip you see on on YouTube quite a bit. I would recommend, if you just see those scenes, you've really probably seen the absolute highlights. But of course, at 96 minutes, I mean, it's one of those, pretty much all the movies that I have on here, I'm noticing here, 96 minutes is the longest of them. They're all eternities. They're all slow deaths. But this one is a pretty fun time with,
I'll
with the
definitely
right
check
people.
it out.
Yeah.
That sounds hilarious. I'd love to watch a couple more scenes.
All right, so let me see. Since you mentioned Howard Dog, I'm going to slide in an alternative right here. This is a very obscure, and it's only because it's a comedy that kind of was a pre-Hangover Galifianakis. It's a movie from '01 called Out Cold. It basically took any kind of like surfer comedy stuff to the ski slopes.
Yeah, so that.
Well, I met her at the most beautiful, romantic place on earth. Cancun, Mexico. It was this little cantina called Pedro O'Horny's. Me and Luxie, we had just shown up, and I saw her. From the moment we caught eyes, I knew she wasn't like the other girls there. She was French. She had her top on. Plus, she wasn't puking.
Jason London, not to be confused with his twin Jeremy London, is in this film. I also really enjoyed this movie because of its great soundtrack, which featured the 90s hitmakers Eve 6. I'm a big fan of. And a lot of like hot tub scenes where Zach Galifianakis gets chased by a bear, hot blondes, big boobs. Just a really shitty comedy that I have to tell you that I loved.
Definitely it's him playing kind of like a goofy role.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't see him do now. He would be a little bit more kind of the Bill Murray kind of cool slob guy.
Yep.
But instead in this, he was playing like the goofy butt of a lot of the jokes.
And it's probably what he could get at that time.
Right. But even at the time, I remember thinking that guy's funny.
Oh yeah, I mean he definitely is funny in the film, and you could kind of see if anything was going to be a takeaway, it might be him, and he might go somewhere. But yeah, horrible movie. 8% Rotten Tomatoes.
When did that come out?
2001.
Because it definitely feels like it would have been like 1985 or something. You know what I mean? It feels like one of those movies.
It feels like Ski School. Although I love this film, but you could put it in there like Better Off Dead. Like it could come out around those types of genre
Well, Better Off
movies.
Dead though was a pretty funny like. I mean, I don't want to say like a real movie, but I would say that Better Off Dead, if it had a few brain cells removed, it would have been reminiscent of other movies of its era that were like weird comedies that would always have like one tit scene in them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it would be worth staying up late for, if you're at a friend's house and their parents had Cinemax or whatever. And I feel
it's worth the wait, guys. I promise you.
I feel like Out Cold is like in the tradition of that type of film. So, Ronald.
This movie, when I was younger, it represented everything that I wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to be wild, free, and I wanted to be a ninja. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's not Pocket Ninjas with Robert Zadar, is it?
Three Ninjas. Three Ninjas is a fucking awful movie, but I can watch it all day. Rocky Loves Emily.
Rocky loves Emily.
Rocky loves Emily.
They were three brothers learning the ways of the ninja, but what started as a game suddenly turned real. Those kids.
You should run. You should hide. You should kick their butt.
Now, three heroic kids are taking on one ruthless criminal.
Yes!
And they're determined to have the last laugh.
Enjoy the ride.
Three Ninjas, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
That's a great movie. So it's the perfect amount of stupid and ridiculous and villains slipping on banana peels and ridiculous. The weird part about
with sound
it is,
effects?
Yeah,
Does
of
it go
course.
whip, whip, whip when they slip on the
of course.
banana peel?
And then when they like hit them with objects that should not hurt them, they hurt them. Like if I throw a loaf of bread at a villain in this movie, it would knock them out. There were no parents around, which really didn't make any sense
It's
to me.
basically the Home Alone formula.
Home Alone with ninjas.
With ninjas. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then the sequel had Hulk Hogan in it, which was it upped the ante. Put it like
The
that.
ninjas kick back.
Ninjas kick.
And then they knuckled up. And then they took it to Noon at High something mountain or Mega
All
Mountain,
bad
really.
movies.
There were that many?
There's 4. Yeah.
So 3 ninjas, 4? Does that mean 12 ninjas?
I
Or does
think
that mean
12
7 ninjas?
carry the 2. Yeah, it's 12.
Yeah.
So bad. Three Ninjas, one of my favorites.
All right. Well, this one is another Another atrocity. In 1988, when Stuart Raffel sat down with his buddy Steve Feek, and they worked on this screenplay, and Stuart Raffel said, I think I've got the vision to direct this. Steve Feek said, you think you're ready, Stuart, to direct Mac and Me?
Ooh, Mac and Me.
Noteworthy. This is of the movies that I chose for my list. This is the only one where I could get both the budget and the gross. It was a $13 million ticket on this movie, and it made half that in the box office. This is an E.T. ripoff in an era when I guess it was pretty common to see the sort of low-budget ripoff version of a popular movie like E.T. But Mac and Me adds the element of the little boy who needs a friend and finds it in an alien by making the little boy someone who is confined to a wheelchair, which adds a certain element of danger and suspense to the film, including the dramatic scene where they meet. It's so... Now watch out, Ronald, because it's very subtle. You might not notice. You can cut that tension with a knife, guys.
Yeah, that music is great.
You see, nobody believes young Eric that he was saved from that fall into the pond by an alien or by a little pink man. But gradually, it's extremely reminiscent of E.T. The little boy finds out about the alien. He becomes friends with him. Then he kind of brings his brother and sister or his brother and a neighbor girl into the fold, and everybody gradually believes in it. The one thing this movie kind of adds is that that Mac, the lead alien, who's actually, I found out Mac stands for mysterious alien creature. I think that's the name Eric gives him in the film.
Oh, goodness.
But we find that he and his parents, who we also meet in the movie, and they actually, the whole movie is a story of him kind of being reunited, the alien being reunited with his parents. Mm-hmm. They're revived by, pouring Coca-Cola on them and feeding them Skittles, which is such an obvious, reference both to... the Reese's Pieces and E.T., but also just it's a weird thing because the movie, not only does it have Coca-Cola and Skittles, and junk food galore being the food for the alien, but there's a 5-minute scene that's a dance sequence / escape scene that's set in a McDonald's, including an appearance by Ronald McDonald. And since this was 1988, I guess they thought it was really cool to have people pulling up to a McDonald's where there's people breakdancing out front and stuff. It's like a McDonald's commercial that they just kind of step into. So you would assume with a name like Mac and Me and an extended McDonald's, basically commercial in the middle of the movie, that it was somehow funded by McDonald's, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Supposedly there was absolutely no corporate compensation for any of the product placement in this movie. So it was
random.
Yeah, it's totally random. I don't know if it was an attempt to make the movie seem more real or to remind people more of E.T. One thing I did find out, too, that actually was sad to hear is that due to the poor box office performance, the planned sequel was shelved.
Oh, wow.
What could have been.
Right.
That could have been amazing. Steve, I think it's your turn.
I am next. You're correct, Ronald. I'm going with another 2001 film. I was very influenced that year by shitty movies. Is a film that started out as a sketch on the Chris Rock show. And this is the film called Pootie Tang.
Oh, man.
We have with us today a man who is so much a part of the culture that he scarcely needs an introduction. Pootie Tang, good to have you here with us.
Seventh time.
Pootie Tang, you've had incredible success, and you've had it in a variety of fields: music, films, martial arts, pottery. How do you do it? What makes you tick?
Well, Bob, I'm a pawn Tony. Got my dillies on the pepper tang.
I hear that. Now, Pootie, a lot of young artists really say that you are their inspiration.
Well, I can't say that they know, my brother. What a tie.
I understand, though, you got a new movie coming out. Is that right?
Yeah. It's called Sign Your Pity on the Running Kind.
Wow. And who's in it besides yourself?
Oh, well, there's Truckee, Bad Biddy, Dirty D, Lacey, JB, Biggie Shorty, and Robert Vaughn.
And a lot of people don't really... you look on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's 29% I have down here. A movie that is so dumb and ridiculous, and idiotic, and you can strive to make sense of even what's being said in terms of the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, I laugh a lot during
It's a
this
good
movie,
movie.
and it's really funny.
And it's written by one of the greatest comedians of our time. And directed.
Yet, the final film that you see, if you ever heard about this, like
Yeah.
he got fired during
Yeah.
editing this movie. We're talking about Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
He got fired during this film, like in post-production. So even he is, like a couple interviews I saw online in researching this, a lot of the movie that we see is not anything that he intended in terms of what he shot.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody else was hired to recut it and all this shit. But a lot of funny lines. A movie that I will watch with my friends, and everybody else looks at me like, "What the fuck have you done?" Why? Like they hate it. I mean, like they won't
Really?
watch it with me. Yeah, I mean, I tried to watch this movie with a variety of people.
I just didn't like it.
White, black, different kinds of sense of humor, whatever, and no one likes this movie. But I can easily catch it on TV, or I own the DVD copy of this film, still, and I don't know, just all the wordplay and just the thought the thought or lack of thought that just went into like even trying to create this vocabulary for this character is quite humorous to me. And Pootie Tang, yeah.
Pootie Tang.
There definitely are, there's some Pootie Tang aficionados out there for sure.
Yeah, hit up the wikiquote.org site and look up the Pootie Tang quotes. Sadate was the one that always stood with me, which translates into generally positive interpretations, which this film it did not receive, unfortunately. So Sadate.
Sadate. Mine is a horror film that came out in 2007. I think this was it was taken. I don't know. It's pretty bad. So I watched this in 2007 with a group of friends, and my jaw dropped. It was so weird. Black Devil Doll.
John's
Black
Eye.
Devil Doll from Hell or Black Devil Doll?
Black Devil Doll.
Okay, there is a movie called Black Devil Doll.
Uh-huh.
My next one is a movie called Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Hold on.
From 1984.
Okay, so
You talking
Black.
about the super low budget, weird,
Yeah.
deep, dark, creepy, disturbing thing with like the ventriloquist dummy?
It sounds very similar.
This is Black Devil Doll. This is 2007 when I guess
that was.
I guess it was like a parody of the.
It might have been. Let me show you a scene from Black Devil Doll from Hell, and you can tell me.
Black Devil Doll, the 2007 one, was probably equally as crazy.
Well, there's a lot that. This is crazy.
We have this on this.
I was certain that there would be no overlap here, but anyway, here's a scene from Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Is this buffering or is this how this actually looks?
That's enough. Okay, so Black Devil Doll from Hell, which is so I will talk a little bit about Black Devil Doll from Hell, and then we'll go into Black Devil Doll because you might find it might help you explain why you chose it.
Right.
Black Devil Doll from Hell, shot in 1984, filmed in Philadelphia. It was written and directed by, and with a score composed by a guy named Chester Novell Turner, who was actually rumored to be dead for years, and then kind of popped back up recently. He also directed a movie called Tales from the Quadead Zone, which I don't know anything about. But online, there's scant information about Chester Novell Turner. There were rumors that he either died in 1990 or 1996 in a car crash. But the reason why I even saw this strange and disturbing and nightmarish and boring, but somehow hypnotizing movie is because in the video store that we went to, Primetime Video.
Is this what you were asking about earlier on Facebook?
Well, no, this is a different one. That's for later. The video store that we went to, it was one of those movies that was always there in the video store. It was just always there. Black Devil Doll from Hell, just lurking on the shelf. You always would look over it and you would see it and you would just walk past it. It just looked cheap and shitty. It was the kind with no pictures from the movie on the box. It was like a drawing on the front and then just text on the back. And eventually, if you're going to the video store every week or 3 times a week, eventually you say, are we gonna? Let's check this out. I mean, your jaw drops. It's truly offensive on some weird level. It really is like a blaxploitation film in a weird way, or it's kind of at the end of the blaxploitation craze. Yeah. I read a little bit. I could find out so little about this movie, but Chester Turner is supposedly one of the few like black writer directors who was making blaxploitation films at this late date. Right. I don't know what kind of an honor that is. Obviously, this movie was shot on video. That music that you heard in that clip is like sort of the music throughout the movie. It sounds like a cat, a slow cat walking on a Casio. It's one of those movies that gets its 70-minute runtime, which is excruciating at 70 minutes. It gets it by almost not editing anything. And the story that it tells is kind of a Twilight Zone-ish story of a super religious woman that buys a doll. This kind of, it looks like a ventriloquist dummy that was painted to look like a Rasta. He's got like dreadlocks, and basically she has a sexual awakening, and then some really unsavory stuff happens between her and the doll, and it kind of makes her into this crazy promiscuous woman who's chasing the passion she felt when she was having sex with the devil doll. It's a horrible, horrible film. I mean, I'm sure that it's offensive to women. It's offensive to anybody that, it's offensive to religious people. It's offensive to video cameras. It's offensive to anybody. And yet, because it was so transfixingly bad, it was a movie that my wife and I bought on VHS and would occasionally play for people just to kind of see the reaction we would get. But I don't really encourage that. Like, a lot of those people never called me back, Ronald. So
really?
So yeah, I would say this is the movie that I'm unrecommending, but I am saying that due to how horrible it is, it was perversely watchable. And to me, that's sort of, as you can see, the standard I was adhering to for this list is how many movies are watchable precisely because they're terrible. This movie is terrible on every level. Now that you know a little bit about Black Devil Doll from Hell, tell me a little something about
So I think
Black Devil Doll.
It was the same thing. Like we saw a trailer on the net that just didn't seem real. Like nothing about it seemed real.
Rotten Cotton Productions presents a Lewis Brothers film in association with O. Stein and Mayberg. Black Devil Doll. Listen up, white girl. I need to get me some pussy, some trend. I need a fresh motherfucking batch of strains, bitch. Bet that ass can break my dick. Starring the Black Devil Doll as himself. Man, you got some big ass titties, but you ain't got no motherfucking brains. Black Devil Doll.
The voice is really similar. It almost sounds like the same person. It probably isn't, but I saw the poster, and he said something like, "I'm gonna put my white dick in his, and I'm gonna put my black dick in this white bitch." My cousin and I felt like we had to watch it after we heard that. It was ridiculous. So, it's actually about a Black Panther who gets put inside the body of this doll. This woman buys this doll, and she does this seance, and then it goes into his name is Mubia Abdul Jama is the dude's name, and he goes into the body of this doll and starts killing. He fucks the white women and then he kills them. It's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my life. But it's one of those movies that if you have a group of people around, you can't help but watch it. It's so fucking bad.
I will say that Helen Black, the character that has sex with the Devil Doll in Black Devil Doll from Hell, the original, as I like to call it, things don't go too well for her once she has sex with the Devil Doll. So that does seem to be a theme. That, does he like drive people to ruin, or does he just kill them? Because it's like psychological terror in this film.
So the girl that did the seance is like his main girl, and he occasionally slaps her around. Like there's a part where like they're having sex and she calls him the N-word and he like slaps her in the face. It's really weird, man. He does drive people to ruin. Some of the people he like lets live long enough to torture them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a fucking terrible movie. But
so it sounds
it's so weird that we have the same movie.
Because this was the movie I was certain that nobody would have. But it's interesting that in researching Black Devil Doll from Hell, I kept seeing Black Devil Doll, and then I quickly realized I didn't know what it was. I just noticed, it's something from 2007, and I saw the poster, and I knew that it wasn't directed by the same guy.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's some kind of. It makes sense to me that somebody somewhere would have seen Black Devil Doll from Hell and would have decided to spoof it in some way. But I mean, it really is like, it's a movie that makes you feel really dirty after you see it.
Yep.
Same with yours?
Same. That actually tied with that. I was gonna say a Serbian film. Fuck, man. I don't ever want to watch that again.
Is that maybe a different list, like
maybe
most disturbing movies?
Most disturbing movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. But I couldn't stop watching it. Bad good movie, I guess, in that way. Like, it kept me entertained enough to watch it through, but yeah. Fuck that movie.
I will never watch that movie.
Either of those films?
Either of those.
Black Devil Doll or Black Devil Doll from Hell?
No, I marked those off. I just was making a note to myself.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah. I've learned enough about them to be good.
It's like a memento situation. You got tattooed on your arm. Don't see Black Devil Doll. Don't see Black Devil Doll from Hell.
I'm good. So I'm gonna bust out my. This is the last one I have because of our little bit of crossover, and this is absolutely, I think, even probably proclaimed on many lists as one of the worst movies ever made, especially commercially released pretty wide. This is a film that, as a kid of 6 years of age, I was already well engrossed into what property this film was, I guess, taking advantage of, or taking to the next level. A lot of kids my age growing up in the 80s were very familiar with Cabbage Patch Kids. Which were very pure and fun and childish and, whatever.
Totally devoid of fart or booger humor.
As wholesome as it came.
Yeah.
Well,
shit.
The Topps card company, they came out with the opposite end of that spectrum. So popularly referred to as the Garbage Pail Kids.
I collected the shit out of those.
I still have my cards.
I don't know where mine are, but
I still have my little figurines in my parents' basement. I was obsessed with them. Both ends of the spectrum, I was down for whatever. Basically, Garbage Pail Kids were just the crudest, grossest things.
Yeah.
Humanoids, like mix of what animals with humans. I mean, the grossest kids you'd ever think of.
In the cards, it was more abstract and kind of cartoony, but you're getting to the movie.
I'm getting to the film.
Holy shit, that movie's a nightmare.
The Garbage Pail Kids film, which is so bad. I love it though. It's fucking horrible. It's so bad. I wish I had clips like John had, because there's just to name some characters' names.
Well, point me to some YouTube clips or something. Maybe I can splice some stuff in.
I'll shoot them to you. Maybe you can lace them in post production.
What's that? They came out to help us.
Meet the Garbage Pail Kids. Starring Nat Nerd, Windy Winston, Messy Tessie,
Give him a chance, Tangerine. You'll like it.
Alligator, Valerie Vomit, Lisa Gray,
I'm gonna get fired for this.
Foul Phil,
Nice in the totes.
The Garbage Pail Kids movie. They may not be pretty, but boy, they make great friends.
We have some characters by the name of Captain Manzini, Dodger, Tangerine, and Juice. Those are our main human characters in this film, Juice being the bad guy. But, oh my god. The premise is that this trash can crashes from outer space. We see the trash can in this old antique shop owned by Captain Manzini. He tells his apprentice Dodger not to mess with it. Of course he does, and he lets the Garbage Pail Kids out. And, chaos ensues. I got to work it in number 75. But oddly enough, they're really good at making, like, fashion, clothes, and stuff. And it plays into the plot of this film.
No, are they not, like, adult-sized babies with giant heads in this film?
Well, in the film they are. There's little people playing them in costumes, but no, they are adults. They are kids that are what, like 3/4 adult size, but very wide, and
this is
you know what I mean?
So uncomfortable.
You've seen it, right?
I may have only
I've seen
seen
bits
like
and
extended
pieces.
clips, but every time I see a clip, it looks like
I'm showing Ronald now like a little screenshot of what they look like in the movie.
Oh my god, that looks.
And I mean, so
scary.
they're like 3/4 size human. I mean, there's like a baby. There, there's the one with a superhero cape with really bad acne. There's the girl who throws up constantly, whose nose runs, and there's an actual alligator. His name is Allie, like Ali Gator. I don't,
okay.
that you get it.
Yeah, the play on the...
God, and Mackenzie
I don't get
Aston,
it. I don't
you don't
get
get. So he's an alligator. Like he looks like an alligator,
All right,
like
I
the
got it.
reptile.
I got it.
So what they did
I
was
got
they
it.
took alligator and they
Yep.
like separated
Got
it
it.
between the I and the G.
I'm with you.
So his first name is Allie.
So far, so good.
Last name Gator.
I get it.
Alligator.
You lost me.
Oh damn!
What a fucking terrible name.
I should have slowed that down. I went too fast, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
But God, man, what a blast to watch, though. I gotta be honest with you. There's a scene at the end when Dodger steps up to Juice and the Garbage Pail Kids are helping him and he beats him up and Tangerine is so impressed and she tries to be his friend. And he's like, "No, you were greedy. You were a bitch. I'm not gonna be your friend." He puts her in his place. And the best part about this movie is that it ends on a cliffhanger. They had intended this to be a TV series, and better yet, it never happened. And in 2012, they announced that they're going to make a computer-animated new Garbage Pail Kids film that we can all look forward to.
Really?
Yeah.
So
wow.
it's like another Mac and Me situation. Planned sequel fell through, but there's hope.
There's hope.
March 12th in 2012, it was announced by Michael Eisner's Torrent Company that they'd be producing a new movie based on the Garbage Pail Kids, likely to be computer-generated. And the screenplay is in process right now.
Did I say there's hope? I meant there's no hope left in the universe.
Oh, that's terrible.
There was a point where this was on Netflix. I was going to say you have to find this on Netflix. And recently, you know how like they cut all those movies that like they lost the licensing for? I think it became a victim of that because I went in there to
Why
try
wasn't that atop everyone's list of movies that
it
Netflix
had to have been
lost?
in everybody's queue.
Yeah,
Couldn't they see it was popular? They should have spent the money to keep it.
Somebody went.
Probably like everybody else, that morning I woke up and my queue was down so many movies I didn't even notice that Garbage Pail Kids was gone from my queue. Just like everybody else.
I had it in my queue from day one of a member of Netflix, and I
Really?
was very upset to see that it was gone. Good note though, I do have the DVD, so if either of you would like to borrow it,
Okay.
I'd be happy to share
Sure.
it. And just some little statistics.
Oh, please share.
The movie made for $30 million. It made $1.5 million, while it was pulled from theaters because of parents protesting how negative the Garbage Pail Kids were. Which actually Tops had to pull the cards.
Just like you mean like in terms of them being gross or just like their negative vibe, their negative energy?
I think being gross, and I think they probably were. Actually, in the movie, they actually were pretty good-hearted kids, even though they're kind of gross. No one ever understood them.
Did they have what marketers call "tude"?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but it was edgy enough that you're like, I want to kind of hang out with those guys.
Yeah.
But most importantly, 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. 0.
That is an epic
Steve,
achievement.
you need to get on there and change that. You need to be the 1%.
Are we legit yet? Can I write in a review as
I feel like we should.
movie?
If
I
we've
need to
earned-
get it up there, like
Yeah.
1%, point something.
I think you
I
should.
mean, there's like a legitimate amount of reviews on there too. I think like it's a straight up 0.
0%.
There's a lot of green splats all over that page.
a lot of jizz.
A lot of green
being
jizz.
shot everywhere.
But Garbage Pail Kids.
Fuck,
That's my number one.
So which one did Al Pacino play?
What's that?
Which one did Al Pacino play? Oh, I'm thinking of Dick Tracy. I'm thinking of a totally different film. Where he had like a latex
There is a
makeup
guy
on.
in there. Well, no, actually, that's probably not.
Yeah.
He does kind of look a little like gangster-ish, but I'm not gonna draw that comparison.
JC.
I
always remember that for the JC. That was a great movie.
Here's some names for you. Just
I
looking
think
at
that was a
this.
great movie.
You know what? I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I actually have a Blu-ray copy of it.
If I'd thought about Dick Tracy in the last week, I might have put it on so bad it's good. But I
I
don't.
kind of want to watch it. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
I feel like it must be so of its time. You know.
You're right.
So I have a little game. So we have. Well, this one's a little hard. I'm gonna name some of these Garbage Pail Kids' names, and you tell me what you think their oddity is.
All right.
Okay. So we have.
It's a new game called "What's Your Defect?"
Do we have like a little?
Kid said it.
What's your defect? I'll just do a couple here. We have Wendy Winston.
I think he's a farter.
You're absolutely correct. She is a farter.
Oh!
Wendy, you get it?
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
that's one. One for John. Valerie Vomit.
Oh, well, that's pretty selfish.
Think about it, guys. Don't jump to conclusions.
Valerie Vomit.
You got the buzzer.
I think she throws up.
Okay, we got a tie game here. Ronald and John are neck and neck.
Tiebreaker.
This is the tiebreaker. I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to find one of the guys, but they kind of suck. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Messi Tessie.
He's a pedophile.
Incorrect. Very close though.
Messi.
Ronald, this is your chance to save it and to take the game.
He's like a pig pen like person. He's very dirty.
I think there's a dirty diaper going on in this situation.
She has snot coming out of her nose, and every time she touches herself, she takes snot from her and gives it to somebody else.
Oh my!
So you guys tied. That was good. That was good.
So if you touch her, you're not just touching her snot, but you're touching the snot of everyone that she's ever touched.
There was also Foul Phil, who was a giant baby who had really bad breath, halitosis.
I can see why you love this film, Steve.
This is ridiculous.
And actually, I take it back. Wendy Wilson. I'm gonna give this game to John because I just messed up. It's a guy.
Oh.
But you were right though. But anyway, I'm not. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Sounds fucking horrible.
It's weird though. Mackenzie Aston is the star of this movie, who is, I believe he's Sean Astin's brother, and John Astin's other son, the other guy.
Wow.
Which a little Google fact for you, Ronald.
Great.
Thank you.
you.
Maybe you could submit that.
I should.
It's probably already on there.
Probably
Google's
is.
very smart.
That's a fucking.
So is that all 4 of yours, or do you have one more?
I think I have one more.
All right, go for it.
And this.
Wow. Speaking of the Garbage Pail Kids, one of the cats.
Yeah, cats dropped the crazy shit.
I was gonna say, like, is Kathy?
Maybe it's Wendy Winston here.
Is Kathy Cat shit one of the?
John, write it in the sequel,
Right,
man.
yeah.
Like
This is your chance.
A power dump. Like it's okay. So
I think we just all happened to be here the moment that the cat litter lost its odor control properties.
it's fucking. It's a really strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna manage that. Hang on just a second here, fellas. I like to eat it when it's fresh. So you were
saying your last one, Ron.
So I first found out about it through a cartoon, which had a name that was similar to it, and then I saw the second one where he battled the devil and had a pissing contest.
Oh.
Trauma movie, Toxic Avenger. I just remember him being in a tub, and some radiation overcame him, and he became this one-eyed green monster with a mop that would put the mop up people's asses and piss on people.
Meet little Melvin. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Melvin.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this mop and shove it down your throat.
They teased him.
I want to do it with you. Okay.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste, transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger, the first superhero born out of nuclear waste. Yes, the muggers and the rapists didn't know what law and order was until the Toxic Avenger came to town.
I remember the box of this one at the video store.
Yeah,
It's a very heroic box.
Yeah.
Like he's standing there on with his mop up, and it's like.
But the interesting
heroic.
thing, the mutation made him muscular, so he was like really skinny, and then the mutation made him muscular and
As you'd
more
expect
aggressive.
it would, though.
Yeah, aggressive and perverted. So I remember, that was
that's a good choice.
The first time that I saw that was the first time that I realized that there were things outside of cleanliness. The first time I saw it, I was like, I'd seen breasts, I'd seen all that stuff, but it was the first time I saw something that was like, there are sick fucking people out there. Toxic Avenger did that for me. So it kind of helped my imagination too.
Now, have I heard that they're remaking this with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I would love to see that.
Is that my imagination?
Really?
You know anything about this, Steve?
I would love to see that. I would
that's
love
crazy.
to see that.
I think it's actually probably going to happen.
If he makes that and a Conan movie,
Is he really still making
He's back.
a Conan
Yeah,
movie?
he's at least insured.
He promised he delivers on that promise.
He's ensured that we will have a reason
right.
to do our bad Schwarzenegger impressions again
He's really
someday in the
talks
future.
to remake the movie.
Now, would he be playing? Would he be playing the Avenger, or would he be playing Because that would be less interesting if he weren't, frankly. You know what I mean? If he's just playing like the bad guy or the chief of police, or
that would
something.
be really cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, I enjoyed that movie.
So bad it's
that's
good.
my
Toxic
last. So
Adventure.
bad it's good.
And you're closed out.
I'm out. I'm tapped.
So I guess
out.
I'm down to my last film. This is a movie from 1972. You can see I've gone backwards in time.
Going back.
Started in 89. 89 was Samurai Cop. 88 was Mac and Me. 84 was Black Devil Doll from Hell. And in 1972, it's another theme. These movies were all at least co-written by the director.
Okay.
So I was noticing that there might be something about these type of shitty movies that there's sort of an auteur theory of shitty films. That you're more likely, if you've got no money and you're making a crappy movie, you're more likely to be a guy with a vision.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a
Absolutely.
strange thing, but it's true that you're more likely to be the guy who's doing everything. Now, William Girdler, the director of this film, was 31 when he died, if this is correct. Born in 47 and died in 78. He made 9 films.
Wow.
Including The Manitou, which is I won't say a great film, but it's one of those movies that pops up every now and then on someone's like, hey, this is a weird movie that's actually kind of cool. It's very bizarre, and it almost deserves a role on this list. It's a story of a guy whose girlfriend finds out that she has this like giant cyst on her back that turns out to contain the reincarnation of a 400-year-old like Native American vengeance spirit. That's the Manitou. That's one of his more respected movies.
Did you like
this movie from 1972, clocking in at 80 minutes and at a budget of $50,000 is Asylum of Satan.
To those on the inside, filled with terror and evil beyond belief, a beautiful girl torn from the arms of love, her very life a nightmare in the house of hell, with no hope of escape or mercy.
What do you know about those people over there?
Nothing. We don't ask. It's simpler that way.
The doomed at their last meal, with death as the dinner guest.
If you don't mind, I didn't sleep very much last night and I'm very tired. Now, the only thing I want to hear about or discuss is my immediate release.
Sit down. Awakened by a mutilated, crazed animal who seeks her beauty to appease the bloodlust of a devil bridegroom, pursued to the canyons of hell to the edge of sanity by the bestial craving of the Prince of Darkness. The Asylum of Satan.
I actually really like the way that scene was filmed.
I couldn't find that much information about Asylum of Satan itself. I was able to find an image of the video box that I remember, because that's when I saw this film, was in college. And it was at a time when I was going there every week and basically renting every movie. I mean, my goal may have been to see every movie on the horror movie shelf, and this was one that just kind of stood out. And it was at a time when, you know, it was a little bit of that age where you do a lot of watching of stuff that you know is going to be bad. Mm-hmm. And I remember my girlfriend at the time complaining, are you ever going to rent anything that you think might be good, you know, ever again? Are you ever going to rent something that might be good? And I was thinking she might have a point. And then I rented Asylum of Satan, and it kind of confirmed my suspicions all along that if you look hard enough, you will find some things that are so bad that they're entertaining to watch. I mean, this movie, you saw from the trailer, it's got that kind of satanic cult imagery. It's definitely, like I said, a ripoff of Rosemary's Baby, in that, you know, there's something to be, something about the woman being used as a sacrifice to the devil. I did find in the research that it's rumored to use the same Satan costume, that reuses the costume from Rosemary's Baby.
Really?
Just with a different mask on it. It's got rubber snakes, as you saw in the trailer. It's got fake bugs on strings being pulled across the floor. It's got a really funny severed head scene where a guy brings a severed head to the chief of police, and he says, "Where'd you get that thing?" Or something to that effect. It's just a very bizarre
bit on
movie.
the lip by a snake. I don't know.
Charles Girdler, as I mentioned, a guy who directed 9 films between 1972 and 1978, including The Manitou. this is the one movie of his that I don't think has its own Wikipedia page.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'll say if there's one thing that this podcast can accomplish is somebody out there, get on this. Just like we
Yeah.
need to get some positive reviews of Garbage Pail Kids on
Please make a Wikipedia
Rotten
page
Tomatoes.
for this.
We also need somebody to, that'll be when we know we've arrived. If I look one day and I see that Asylum of Satan has a Wikipedia page, I'll
Yeah.
know that somebody out there cares.
We've done our jobs.
Yeah. This one I actually do recommend. This one was one, as I researched and I found like product reviews, people talking about it, that there seems to be a consensus that it is truly horrible, but it edges very easily into entertainingly bad from beginning to end. But I mean, it's another one where the acting is bad, the writing is bad, the directing is bad.
Asylum of Satan.
Asylum of Satan will not scar you for life like Black Devil Doll from Hell will.
Or Black Devil Doll, either one.
I'm tapped out. I got nothing.
Nothing else?
I do have a list of films that I may want to see. I want to see that one.
Yeah, it
I need to
sounds
see that
pretty
one.
damn crazy.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man.
Yeah.
This is another one of those fun little one-off episodes we do. Where we kind of like try to powwow over a certain idea that we kind of passively talk about from time to time, and like let's just kind of condense it into something. There's probably so many more. Like there were a lot that I was thinking of that I was like, yeah, man, would that fit the list? But then I'd look at the scores, and I'm like, it actually has like a really high score on Rotten Tomatoes, or
Right.
it has like a really good IMDb score. I was like, it must not have been that bad. So maybe there's another show in the making that we can kind of have.
The impulse is to make fun of these movies, but then as sort of a guy who's an armchair philosopher and talks a lot about movies but hasn't really made a feature yet, I have to tip my hat to anybody who has finished a film.
Totally.
So in that
that's a good
sense,
point.
it's kind of fun to sit there and snipe, but part of the reason why it's fun to do this type of list is that there is something you like, even when you're suffering through it. You do like seeing that you catch that weird passion, and I think every one of these movies that we talked about here tonight, somebody somewhere was passionate about it at some level.
Yeah,
there was
somebody's like.
I mean, it's hard to
Black
imagine
Devil
this.
Doll.
Yeah,
somebody's very proud
somebody
of these
shit
movies.
on that movie.
Right.
The assholes. And they're
Chester
like,
N. Turner, if you're out there, I'm glad you're not dead.
Yeah. It's good to
nice
hear.
guy, John.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to hear.
That's it, man.
Yeah, wow. Thank you for listening. Right?
Right? What is it? A question? You're not
Right?
sure. You're not sure if you want to thank them for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
I'd say it's probably good. Yeah, just thank you for listening. It's a
Yeah.
statement, not a question.
Yeah.
I'd like to know other people's shitty movies. So bad that it's good. So good.
Actually, that would be kind of interesting
So bad that it's
to know. So bad that
So
it's
bad
good.
that it's-
I mean, do we hit us up on Facebook? Go to the Movie Schmovie Facebook page if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
If
Post
you're listening and you don't like us on Facebook, then you're not fulfilling your part of the bargain. But if you do like us on Facebook and you're hearing this and you have some idea of a movie that's so bad it's good, pop up on Facebook and drop a line there. Also, it's been a while since we've bugged people about doing this, but it really is pretty important.
Communicate.
Go to iTunes. If you're not subscribing to us through iTunes, you're just listening to us through the Mixcloud page or through the Movie Schmovie site. It really helps us if you subscribe on iTunes. Also, go over there and leave a review. I know for a fact that there's at least 3 or 4 people listening, so I expect to see 3 or 4 reviews pop up on iTunes in the next week. I expect nothing less than that from these people, Steve.
Don't be a bitch.
Right?
I would agree.
Right?
I approve
agree.
that message.
I do too.
I will track down the 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all personally know that.
Yeah.
So we should be able to make that happen, John.
We might want to break
For
the
you,
list
I
down.
will.
Break the list down. I'll take one.
We'll split them up.
Yeah. Whoever gets the shortest matchstick
There you
takes
go.
2 people.
Or the burned matchstick.
Right.
Cool. Well, that was a blast. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you, John, for bringing me such horrible films that I look forward to not seeing. Maybe 1 or 2. As always, you've made our day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
I'm sorry.
Bye.